Friends, family, and co-workers of Mavis McKinney Farrand celebrated her 35 years at the News-Herald, which is formerly the Mellis newspaper, with a party September 21st at the Fort Street Brewery. The party was put on by her husband, Craig Farrand, and we saw close to 100, maybe more people turn out. I asked people, what was it like working with Mavis? And this is what they had to say. Phil Dillingham, what was it like working with Mavis?
Well, I have to tell you that I've worked with Mavis for almost 31 years now, and it's just been a pleasure working with her. Everything we've ever done, sometimes editorial and advertising don't always see things the same way, but Mavis and I have always had that kind of a situation with each other that we've always been able to, make things happen and make things work. So it's always just been a great opportunity to work with Mavis. And Mavis, I wish you the best in everything that you do and all that you do, because you deserve that. It's just been a pleasure knowing and working with you all these years.
Okay, Rick Kessler, can you speak to Mavis's influence on Downriver and the respect she garnered and why?
I think Mavis first of all, she has an enormous amount of respect from Downriver, not only the government officials and the school board and so on and so forth, but more importantly the readers, and it's because she absolutely cared about the news that was presented in the newspaper and then later on the website. I've often said she has this motherly instinct about her, this motherly sense. She cringes every time I say that, but it's true, and she cares about Downriver. She cares about what goes in the newspaper. She cares about the newsroom staff, and if that's the one thing that I could even come close to emulating, that would be it.
Dave Comer, describe the influence Mavis had on your career as a journalist.
Really, I owe Mavis so much. And I can confidently say at this point that firefighter is one word, and among other things. And I was at the scene when not on the scene when I discovered that fact. But no, beyond just grammatical things, and I have to say, Mavis did so much for me. I feel so much in a better place right now. I was kind of stagnant in sports. I had done it for a long time. I loved it, but I needed something new. I really feel like I got a whole new lease on life. And when it came to news, there was a learning curve. And had it not been for Mavis, I think my head would have been in an oven somewhere. Really, it was with her professionalism, the care she took. It was almost like I was working for a friend, but at the same time, being able to kind of rein me in, kind of throw me in the right direction. And it was amazing getting to work with someone like that, who not only has a personal touch, and you feel really cares about you, but at the same time, can really whip you into shape and get your writing, going at a good clip. And really, I feel like thanks to Mavis, I don't think I've ever written this well in my life. I'm in a really good place creatively, and I really owe it to her. It's like she really has a good way of fostering your instincts and kind of handling you in the right way, but at the same time, kind of like directing you and showing you where to go and pointing you in the right direction. And for that, I owe her so much. And even though we still see her a couple days a week, I still miss the heck out of her, and I wish her well with everything she wants to do.
Hey, Cizio, how has Mavis touched your personal and professional life?
Well, in a lot of ways, actually. When I was in the newsroom, if you know me at all, I'm like really way up here, and sometimes I get really frustrated and kind of crazy, and then I don't know what to do. And whenever that happened, like 7 times a day, I'd go into Mavis's office, and she always had an uncanny ability to talk me down off a ledge and tell me a story from when she was reporting, or even personal life stuff like raising her children or dealing with husbands or politicians or just life in general. And she would always say, sit down, have a seat, let's talk for a minute. And we'd sit there and we would talk, and she would tell me stories, and it always ended with, see, that's not so bad, is it? And in the end, it wasn't, and it was really helpful to me, and I appreciate her doing that.
Paulette Dillingham, what was it like working with Mavis?
Mavis was a good friend at work. I think she was my best friend at work, and we had a lot of situations, HR related, where we would sit and talk together, and she was always the voice of reason. She was not excitable. She would work with me to come up with calm solutions to situations, and I wish there had been more people like her over all the years we worked. We worked together for 25 years.
Laura Zucchi. And Laura, I want you to describe to me the influence Mavis had on your career as a journalist.
Well, in 2010, I had Mavis as my mentor for my internship at the News-Herald, and because of her, that's why I am here today. She was an amazing mentor. She helped me every time I had a question. She always had an answer, and if I had any kind of trouble, she was always there to help me.
Okay, we're here with Lena Kazuz. Lena, how has Mavis touched your personal or professional life?
I would say Mavis has touched my personal life just by being so classy and elegant. You will never hear her say a bad word. She never complains about anybody. She never raises her voice. You know, you can tell her something bad about something that happened, and she'll say, "Oh, that was awful." She'll say, "Well, that was very unfortunate. Do you need any help?" You know, so it was her class and her elegance that touched me.
Jason Alley, can you describe for me Mavis's leadership style?
Mavis certainly has her own type of style where she wants everyone to excel at whatever that they're best at. You know, she's willing to take that extra step to really talk with you about, you know, what issues you're having and try to make your writing as best as, you know, that she's able to do it. If you're a new reporter, she's always, you know, willing and able to take that extra 5 minutes to sit down with you and tell you, you know, just kind of reassure you that you're doing a good job, and here's some tips so you can become even better. Mavis always helped me out. You know, she was a great reason for my success, and I love her for it.
Okay, Casey Holland, how did you like working for Mavis?
I loved working for Mavis. I love that she gave me the opportunity to work with them and write stories of them when I was just a high school senior. She gave me a lot of great advice and was always there to talk to if I needed some input or anything like that, and very grateful for the opportunity.
Dave Herndon, what was it like working for Mavis?
Well, it was always interesting. I started at a very odd time in her career. I started 15 minutes into my first day is when her boss was laid off. She was kind of thrust into the leadership role at the paper. So I never really got to see her doing what she really loved to do. Instead, she was doing what she had to do. And I kind of wish I would have worked with her a little longer so I could see more into what she was really, really good at. At the same time, as much as she was overworked while I was there, she spent a lot of time helping me out. I have worked at other papers in the past, but I never went to journalism school. I have a communications degree with a background in radio and TV, so she really helped me as a writer progress throughout my career.
Paula Evans-Newman. And Paula, can you tell me, is there a piece of advice Mavis gave you that sticks with you today?
Well, many, but I have to tell you that she taught me the proper use of the word comprise, which to this day nobody knows, and my new editor, my new job, was thrilled that I knew.
And can you tell us the answer?
About comprise? This party comprises many people, as opposed to this party is comprised of many people.
Okay, what was it like working with Mavis?
Oh, what's it like working with your best friend? It's a joy, always.
Ann Runkle, how has Mavis touched your personal or professional life?
I only worked with Mavis for a couple of months, but she left a lasting impression on me. She's a kind, thoughtful, and strong woman, and I risk of sounding pompous, I think we're a lot alike, and I think that's why we get along so well.
What was it like working with Mavis?
Mavis is a joy to work with. She's been my mentor since I started the paper 15 years ago, and both personally and professionally. Professionally, you could always go to her with any style question. She knew it all, and how to handle a story. And personally, we've been through a lot of the same things together. Health challenges and loss of our pets that we love so much. So she's just a great friend, as well as one of the best in the business, and we're really going to miss her, but we wish her all the best.
Jackie Harrison Martin, what was it like working with Mavis?
Mavis is a living legend, and I am so proud and happy to be here. I'm just really fortunate that I've worked with somebody who knows you forwards and backwards and knows all your faults and just seems to love you anyway. So I'm just happy to be here, and I'm so happy to be a part of what Mavis helped create here at the News-Herald.
Farrand, why do you think Mavis lasted so long at one company despite all the changes?
I think it really comes down to stability. Because of the changes, you're always looking for somebody who can lock things down, offer some stability and consistency, and with her professionalism, she's been that rock. I think she's been the focus for the staff, and she's been the focus for the community and provided that kind of stability, and that's that's what's kept her around, is because she's been the rock that everybody goes to.